as it should. Crap, just like that. Yeah, really?
Dot. That's what they categorize in my house as a dot.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over this slam dunk. Cool. What is up, everybody? This is me and Cody. Well, me, that's funny. No, my name is John Mason. I'm the student director up at our Canton Campus, and Cody, he is the Coshocton student director. And right now we're going to be playing some 2K. Be warned, there's some graphic material. This is going to be a beatdown. Just letting you know. Oh, whatever.
What's up, guys?
Get out of here.
Today I'm going to show you how...
Gotta be quicker than that. No, yeah, so Cody and I are playing, and we're pretty excited. This is the first time that we've actually ever played each other. And yeah, of course I'm playing with the GOAT, that's funny. With the GOAT, LeBron James, and the Los Angeles Lakers. And Cody, who are you playing as?
I'm playing with the Mavericks. I got Luka Doncic.
What?
He just shoots dots, lasers.
Luka Doncic?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, I believe it's Doncic there.
Green.
Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Difficult shots, whatever. And right now, as you'll see, with both Cody and I, one of the cool things that we do, and I'm sure everybody does this at home as well, is that we've chosen teams that we, even though that doesn't appear to be it, that we are very comfortable with and that we intentionally chose because they play to our strengths. So Cody and I were talking beforehand. He loves to play with the Mavericks because he absolutely loves playing with Doncic. And who's the other guy?
Porzingis.
Sorry, this is way harder than it looks on YouTube. All these guys make it look so easy. And I'm like trying to talk and play. This is crazy. So I'm the type of person who, whenever I play, clearly Cody loves to rebound. But I'm the type of person who likes to push the tempo a lot. Again, not really showing off my best stuff right now, but that's all right.
One of the things you'll notice we're doing a lot of is we're directionally passing. You do that by hitting R1 or right bumper or right button on Xbox. But anyway, the reason we do that is so we can control who you pass it to. If you just hit X, which is or like X on PlayStation or A on Xbox, what happens is you can only pass it to whoever the computer says you're passing the ball to. So the reason we do directional is just so we can have more control and be more intentional with where we're passing the ball. And if you practice a lot, you'll get really good at
just like Cody just did
at passing players open. Part of having faith in your teammates is giving them the chance to make the shots. And there, Luka Doncic just dotted on John.
Ooh, and there's Anthony Davis. He was kind of wide open. Cody, did you see that? Or
yeah,
oh, sorry. Maybe you'll see it next time. Like I was saying, with intentionality as well. You know, Cody and I have both really chosen to be intentional with the teams that we've chosen. I love to run a lot of pick and roll, especially with big men who can finish around the rim. Man, you got like game sliders up on here or something? Good grief. Doncic hasn't missed a shot.
Part of the other reason that I picked the Mavericks is because what the
Hey, there's
Mavericks
Anthony Davis
do,
again. You see that? Or come on.
What the Mavericks do is all their players, they fit really well together. So they have a really good big man in Porzingis. They got a great point guard in Luka Doncic. And then what happens is you have really good shooters with Hardaway and with Curry. And so because they all work well together, it's easy to have faith in the process and faith in your game plan.
Man, go, GOAT, go!
That should have been a pick.
Man, those corners, I'm telling you, I bought all the real estate. Just going crazy. Of course, Cody got off to, a little bit of a nice lead there, playing with a lot of his guys. It makes sense. He really came in with a good game plan, but started to slow down a little bit there. Oh, come on! See, that's why they won't give you a max, Kuzma. There's Doncic. See, I like to play. Oh, no!
Now, John, I have a question for you. When you're shooting, do you
Or
look
dunking.
at the do you
One or
look
two.
at the meter when you shoot, or do you look at your player?
You know, I normally just look at the player. I know I guess it sort of depends on who the player is. Somebody like a LeBron, who I'm really comfortable shooting with, I never look at his meter. I'm just so used to it that it just kind of comes naturally. But somebody maybe like a Kuzma, who's only shooting about, I don't know, 10% of my shots, something like that. I try and look at the meter as much as I can, cause oh, there it is.
Oh, that should have been a pick. Man, you're just feeding it.
Well, I told you, I like to play with the big men. You come in with intentionality, or at least I should say with the game plan, just like you wanted to get Doncic shooting them threes, which is pretty good. I love to play through the big men. But, you know, when you actually think about it, doing stuff with intentionality is huge, not only, of course, in the games, but whenever we're talking about our faith, if you don't have that type of intentionality to, I don't know, really put, yeah, well, you know, whatever. Got to stop Doncic somehow. When you don't have an intentional plan when it comes to your faith, I think a lot of times you're just kind of running around hoping for the best. So, I mean, say Cody and I were to play on random teams rather than these ones that we chose, I mean, it'd probably take us a little while to actually get kind of a game plan going for what we want to do. Uh-oh.
Man, we can't make a layup.
Whereas that can be true of our faith as well. If we're not really intentional with ways that we're growing in our faith, or ways that
You gotta pay attention.
or you know, intentional about, you know, when the shot clock's happening, all that good stuff, then you're really going without a game plan, which of course is not what we want, or not a good way to grow. Ooh, who's quicker? Oh, come on, LeBron gets every call.
It's only when real life. There you see the moving shot problem with 2K. If you're
Yeah, no
moving
kidding.
when you shoot, and you're playing offline like we are, for some reason you can't make your shots as well.
That's something that I've found in all modes, whether it's we're playing quick play here or my team or my career. Really the best way to get the most high percentage shot off, even if it shows a high percentage, is through making sure that you do things such as catch and shoot. Because while you know, off the dribble, you would think, okay, if I'm wide open, that's going to work. I don't know, something about 2K, it doesn't seem to work as often as it should. Crap, just like that. Yeah, really?
Dot. That's what they categorize in my house as a dot.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over this slam dunk. Yeah, so in previous games, the difference was so huge. I had to completely switch my game. I used to be almost solely square, to then it was such a huge advantage to do shot stick, especially with online play.
Was that last year?
It was either last year or 2 years ago, but now this year I've been looking up other videos as well, and they've been saying actually 2K has course corrected, and now it's actually more effective to use square. So I've kind of had to switch up my game again, which has taken a little bit of time. Uh-oh. Danny Green for the dunk? No. Oh, what was that? Dirty play.
Just had to stop the ball.
That's right. Let's get back into the intentional game plan.
The intentional LeBron show.
That's right. Well, hey, man, you got to play through your best players. Just like this wide open Anthony Davis 3.
We might have to give them a lesson.
Anthony Davis, 17 points.
In defensive settings.
Look out, Wilt.
Curry.
Nope.
Dot. Oh, my gosh. That's terrible.
See, LeBron James doesn't get tired. Just kidding. He totally does. But
the big boys. Big boys.
oh, JaVale. JaVale McGee. See, personally, I find that a lot of times the computer, I'm not super great at on-ball defense. So a lot of times I let the computer handle it. But I love to play kind of like that free safety type of defense where I take either one of the big men, and then from there, I just kind of roam around and see what's needed. So right there, I played almost that whole I played that whole possession as JaVale McGee because he's 7 feet tall, great shot blocker, and his person wasn't a shooter.
And we just hit the backboard. I don't know why I'm giving tips after that.
Oh,
We're struggling.
we are struggling. This is what it looked like in the 90s.
This is literally
Which, let me tell
bully
you,
ball right
was
now.
not pretty.
3. Shot clock violation.
Nope. Falling. Oh!
Goodness.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Oh, man. Ooh. Curry. Tiny Tim didn't do too well on that one.
Oh, pump fake. Ah! Oh, no, come on.
Dang, got it.
Oh, my
you
gosh, are
bricked
you
it.
kidding me? That is just awful.
Porzingis. Dot.
Get out of here.
Going to halftime,
Where is he?
only down 11.
Here's the GOAT from
LeBron.
half court.
Brick.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so now that since John did not contribute to the health and well-being of our squad by calling a timeout to give our players some much-needed rest,
Not once.
I am going to sub my team in. John, what was your takeaway from the first half?
Speed and size, clearly the determining factor here. Anthony Davis has 20 points. LeBron James has 20 points. I mean, just running through your best players, you're going to win.
He has 19 assists, Anthony Davis.
No, he has 19 points.
He has 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 19 assists. That's crazy.
Yep, LeBron going on his way to a triple-double. The key to basketball, just
We'll
play
see
through
what
your
I
best
can
players.
do. We'll see what I can do. John, I'm a little bit worried about your second half luck.
Well, you know, we'll just see how it goes. We got Rondo.
Where'd the ball go?
Oh.
Where'd the ball? It's out on you, man.
Rondo, where
Where
did
did the ball go? And as you see, my team is now refreshed from their halftime Sabbath.
Let me
through
tell
for
you,
me.
an underrated part of this game is really whenever I play, I only try and shoot open shots. I know analytically the mid-range shot is like one of the least
that's
efficient shots, but when it comes to 2K, anything that is open is probably the most efficient way. So even like a driving layup, I'd rather get an open mid-range shot than a contested layup, even though statistically they say that it's better to do it the other way. Oh, Caldwell Pope.
You're a Catholic now.
Yeah.
Hardaway.
Oh my gosh.
Corner threes. Corner threes. So you look at the shot meter on players that you don't know very well.
Definitely. Rondo.
Okay, so here's a trick with the timeouts. If you notice at the bottom of the screen, the scoreboard, your timeouts, that's how your players will rejuvenate. So if you're like me and you don't like to do subs and you want to leave your top 5 in, what you want to do is you want to call a couple of timeouts in the third quarter. You're basically, the game is going to take away all your timeouts in the fourth quarter. It's going to go all the way down to 4. So, and then I'll show you how to navigate those once we get to the fourth quarter. And there I intentional foul because it didn't let me. It didn't let me call a timeout because I'm on defense.
No, I hit a button for it.
Is it double tap triangle?
What's that?
Is it double tap triangle?
Yeah.
Dot. So the Mavericks, they have 3 really good shooters. They actually have a couple on their bench as well. And then you have the 2 big guys down low.
Oh, wrong one. Can't handle this. Oh, pump fake.
Oh,
There it is again.
The double tap triangle is keeping you alive in this game right now.
See, one of the things that you'll see Cody and I doing is really with almost all of our shots, we have probably about 2 or 3 players who take up to 80% of our shots. It's because you want to run it through the best players, but even the ones who aren't your best players serve specific roles. So, for example, JaVale McGee. I love playing as JaVale McGee because I don't have to get him involved in the offense that much. But as you can see from the last few plays, his rebounding and putbacks are absolutely incredible. So as long as you know how to use each player, that can really be a huge advantage. Oh, come on. Man, just Caldwell Pope, stay on your man.
That's the directional passing I'm talking about. As I'm holding circle to pass the ball to Curry, R1, held circle, and then I directionally angled him away.
Woo!
And that's another example of you can't stop dunks in this game.
That's right. Well, it can't stop him in real life either.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if Michael Jordan could or not.
Michael Jordan weighed 80 pounds less than LeBron. There's no way he would have been able to stop him.
Oh, Davis. Dot.
Ooh, close one.
So the way you do that is basically I'm holding left trigger to post him up, and then I just tap square. I basically pull my guy out of that animation by tapping square once and then holding square to shoot it. And watch this. I'm about to just shame John.
Shame him where? What? Ooh. See, one of the best things that you can do defensive-wise is that with 2K, you can go for the steals with square or go for the blocks with triangle. But what I've found to be really helpful is the same stick that you would use for the shot stick. If you just move that around, that gets the player's hands up, and a lot of times will even act as a block and leads to a lot less fouls. So that's something that crap.
John is right on
that. Oh, God,
my goodness.
Send up a prayer.
Man, I tell you what, the Catholics are probably a big fan of you right now. Good Lord.
Hashtag Pope. Dead. Look at JaVale. Just get those rebounds. Ooh, that's why they pay you the money, JaVale. Instead of trying to block it, I just up on the right trigger, and that pretty much serves as a shot contest, which a lot of times leads to missed shots. Hesitated a little too much there. All right, let's get back to the game plan. What was the original game plan? Original game plan is you go with this pick and roll. Because you know what? Best pick and roll is a LeBron Anthony Davis. Even though it didn't quite pan out there, that's all right. Crap. That's bad defense on my part.
So there, John claps down, left Tim Hardaway wide open in the corner. Use the directional passing to be able to hold him there so he didn't move. Because a lot of times if you just hit X, if you just hit pass, for whatever reason, they move in this game.
Yeah.
Oh. We're going to go a little pick and roll. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go, kind of the final stretch of the game. John, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I just got to do what got me here, which earlier in the game was a lot of pick and roll, which I haven't been doing. Just been kind of...
You have to have faith in your game plan.
Got to have faith in the game plan. That's the reason why... hold on a second.
And John, what is faith?
Faith is trusting what you can't see by trusting what you can. Ooh, come on. Ooh, good one. Come on, here we go. This is the type of pick and roll I want to see. There we go.
Good play.
See, the way that I like to play is with that power forward or center who can shoot. So whenever that defense tries to collapse from the weak side, all I have to do is pass it out to the person who can shoot. I did that a lot earlier in the game with Anthony Davis, and that led to him having about 20 points in only that first half. And take that mid-range and score.
Here I'm kind of baiting John, trying to beg him to throw the ball to Anthony Davis.
Gosh, I'm so used to playing. My main way that I play on this is my team, and so all of the players, you know, are either 99 or 98. So I'm used to so much quicker reactions. It's a kind of a weird thing.
Oh, I just let him run wrong.
I was going to say, if Cody's going to try and stay close to the shooters, we might as well just try and drive it.
A little slash and dash there.
A little bit.
A little slash and dash.
I went away from my game plan, which was a lot of heavy pick and roll And instead, I just started freelancing a bit, which, like I said earlier, if you do that, then really going to lead to a lot of not open opportunities, which leads to a lot of shot clock violations, which has been happening a ton to me.
Shot clock violations. You see a nice closing run here for me. I'd say the thing that helped me a lot was when I started trusting my players to execute, trusting my shooters. You were doing a really good job of guarding my big man. One of the things that I slip into, and I don't know if you do, is the thing I just did right there, where I try to do a little bit too much with one player. That's probably my biggest weakness. You get these really good players, and you try to do everything with that one player because it looks cool and flashy or whatever. But for me, it's been, as you can see, when I was catching and shooting, passing, ball movement, that's what really made a difference in that game. So I think it's all about having faith and trusting in your teammates. So
there you go.
Good game, my friend.
Yeah, I was going to say, and clearly I did not. So there it is.
Let's take a look at the stats here.
See, LeBron and Anthony Davis ended up having a really great game. It was just one of the things that I should have adjusted on is when you started guarding more of the pick and roll. I should have been probably a little bit more aggressive off the dribble with LeBron towards the hoop. And even maybe try and run some plays to get some shooters open. I think one of the biggest differences was the difference in play style of you were very three-heavy, which, of course, is very modern NBA basketball, whereas I like to play a little bit more through the big men, a little bit more pick and roll, which, as it shows, was actually really efficient when it came to the two stars. But, three outweighs two.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what my stats here.
See, and look at the three-pointers. 6 for 9, 6 for 8.
Yep.
One of the key adjustments that I should have made was going into defensive settings and really playing, just smothering those guys on the wing because they're not really dribblers. So if you can smother them and just try and take away their shots, I mean, that takes away. Look at Seth Curry. He had 20 points and
he was probably the most important player.
Right.
Hardaway. Because normally my second one would be Porzingis, but as you can see here, it just wasn't happening. You were doing a really good job shutting them down, so these guys were coming open off the ball. So anyway, all right.
Cool. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for watching. We look forward to getting more of this content out there. But until next time, we'll see you guys.
See you guys.